Ski Mask Dog, one of the best performing meme coins on the base chain, seems to not stop rallying. Who's buying here? Who's selling here? How sustainable is this rally? Let's have a look at on-chain metrics most people aren't considering. Let's try to figure out if it still makes sense to buy Ski. Now, this is not the first video on Ski on this channel. I published a video 2.5 days ago and it outperformed the average video. The average video is here in gray and that first Ski Mask Dog video is indicated here in blue. And so the video was published when the price was still at 12 cents. Now we are at 33 cents. And it's the top performer across the trending tokens on the base chain when we order by liquidity. Over here, 44% up, and all the other tokens did do worse. And so I tried to cover meme coins early when they have, of course, positive momentum, but at the same time, they still have enough upside potential. So if you don't want to miss the next video, feel free to subscribe over here. I publish videos regularly. Now, here's why the base chain is so interesting. It's one of the top performing chains in the last month. It's all about Base, Solana, and Ethereum. The other chains tend to lag behind somewhat. Ethereum is very expensive in terms of gas. Solana has already a very well-developed meme coin market. Base, I believe, is really the place where the right bets can properly pay off now. Now, as with any token, before buying and selling anything that you see on dexscreener.com, first please do a security scan. So there is dextools.io. Simply copy paste the token address into dextools.io and check this. If there's contract verification and there's no honeypot involved and we get a relatively high DEX screener score, so in this case 99 out of 99, then everything is fine, simply trade. But if that score is lower for the token that you're buying or selling, please be very cautious, right? Then it can very well be just a rug pull. Now let's have a look at the on-chain metrics. This is the Ski token, and over here we've got the top 100 holders, and this tends to be very nicely diversified. This big pie piece over here is simply other accounts, so this is even more granular. On chain, we've got now 117,000 wallets that hold the token. Now, not every of those wallets holds tons of money in it, right? Some might only hold a few cents. Let's have a look at this deeper by segregating by minimum holding thresholds. So that's the charts over here. On the left side, we've got retail. On the right side, we've got the whales. And the way we distinguish those segments is again by minimum holding thresholds. On the left side, it's a minimum holding of 3,000 Ski tokens. So at the current price, that's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. In the middle, it's 30,000 tokens, so $10,000 worth of the token. On the right, another 10x, so that's now $100,000 worth of the token. We see accumulation across the board, especially across small retail. And the whales tend to now recently take some profit, but over the long term also they tend to rather hold. They tend to take advantage of this positive momentum, and they're not yet selling too much into that momentum. Here are the long-term number of buyers and sellers, and of course currently there are a lot of buyers and sellers because this is a bull run, and high prices correlate with a lot of attention, with a lot of wallets interacting with the token. Well, we can see when we normalize the number of buyers and sellers over time to 100% per day, we can see that then the ratio of buyers to sellers tends to move in the right direction. Right now, most of the days we've got 40, maybe even 35% of sellers only versus the rest being buyers. Now let's have a look at what happened in the last month where the price went up by 18,000%. What justifies this rally? Here we've got the number of small holders, medium-sized holders and large holders for the last month only. And the number of wallets that have currently at least $1,000 worth of the token is at 15,314. And 1 month ago, that was at 2,804 wallets. So the number of retail wallets more than 5x'd. The wallets that have at least $10,000 worth of the token is currently at a count of 3,981, and that's up from the beginning of the month from 1,576 wallets. That's a growth factor of 2.5x. The number of whale wallets slightly shrunk, maybe by around 4% or so. So you can clearly see how this is a retail driven rally. This is the masses jumping onto the project, and this is exactly what we want to see. Retail tends to just buy and hold. The whales tend to sell much earlier. If a rally is driven by a lot of small wallets, this is good because then the price can stabilize at a higher level. What we see over here is the number of new users per day. This also peaked yesterday. That was an all-time high. We can ignore the latest data point over here because today isn't yet over. We might see yet another all-time high today. So again, seeing more and more new investors coming into a token. This is of course good because the price can appreciate with more people buying in. Now things are hyper bullish right now, right? Bitcoin continues to make one high after the next, and pretty much every altcoin is appreciating right now. It almost feels like because there's so much correlation within crypto that it doesn't really matter what we buy. What we see over here is the others dominance. So how much of all of crypto is in the altcoins that's not in the top 10 in terms of market cap. And that's growing very nicely, very steadily in the last days. And I see this in the statistics of this crypto channel as well. Nobody was interested in crypto just a few weeks ago, and suddenly we're spiking up in terms of attention again. And so yes, it's true that everything tends to go up, but there are still ways to outperform. So for example, over here, this is the meme coin market, and in the last 7 days, AI16Z more than doubled. Yes, Bitcoin went up as well, but it definitely did not double. Now it's at a price of 43 cents. But the question is, how can we get into a token like AI16Z before it doubles? How can we find out about tokens like this early? And what I personally like to do is I like to follow other influencers. I like to follow insiders. I like to follow people that tend to move the markets, especially for those very small tokens. So have a look at this. Kyle Chessy bought AI16Z on the Jupiter exchange on Solana for 1.8 cents. And he didn't just buy once, he bought several times. Since then, the price went up by more than 2,000%. Now, who is Kyle Chessy? He's an influencer that tends to buy tokens very early, where of course not every single token makes these kinds of returns, but it's a bit like VC investing, right? You make 10 bets, you hope for 2 of those bets to make returns like this, and you're okay when the other 8 out of those 10 bets don't work out as well. So here we go, here is his channel. He's got 138,000 subscribers, and we track 12 of his wallets. So this is how wallet tracking works, right? You use on-chain analytics to find out who owns what wallet. And once you've got the wallet, you put this in a tracker. And then whenever this wallet makes a transaction, whenever this wallet buys or sells, we get an automatic notification. We are not just tracking Kyle Chessy, we also track Crypto Banter, for example. They've got 1.1 million subscribers. When they talk about a token, especially a small cap token, that token definitely goes up because there's a lot of attention on the token, right? Attention equals purchases, purchases equal a higher price. We've got 33 of Crypto Banter's wallets. And we're also tracking, for example, Alex Becker. He's got 1.5 million subscribers. We've got 12 of his wallets. And so really, I believe this is the way to beat the crypto market. It's to know more than most. It's not just to pick random tokens in a list, hope that they will make a 2-3x in this bull run. It's actually to be early. It's so early that most people don't know about this yet. I believe in this strategy so much that I made 8 dedicated tutorial videos just on wallet tracking. So how can we find influencer wallets? How can we track them? And how can we then also interpret the signals that we get from the tracking? It's all part of the premium membership of this channel. The link is down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. Premium is not just about wallet tracking. It's also about backtesting. It's also about macro indicators. It's also about risk mitigation, portfolio diversification, etc. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total in premium. And so yeah, people are very happy. Feel free to stop this video over here and read this feedback. The most important thing is, of course, once we have those kind of signals, that we also get some feedback from the rest of the community, right? That we discuss when should we buy, when should we sell, what are the current on-chain analytics. That's why I've got dedicated chats on the individual altcoins as well. So feel free to check it out. Feel free to invest some of the gains to make the portfolio grow even faster. There's also a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, just message me within the first week and I will refund you 100%. You really have 0 risk. And so does it make sense to buy Schema stock now? Is there still upside potential? Let's compare market caps and let's compare liquidity pools. So this is again on the base chain. The largest of the meme coins has a market cap of 2 billion. That's bread, and a liquidity pool of 3.4 million. Now when we scroll down over here, we get to Schema stock with a liquidity pool of 4.9 million and a market cap of 340 million. MOC is roughly 3 times the market cap, but its liquidity on chain is much smaller. Now, how is this possible? What happened with MOC coin is that the centralized exchanges started listing the token. So they bought up a lot of the supply, they pushed up the price, they then offer the token, of course, on their centralized exchanges for lower spread, for better trading fees, etc. And so I believe this is the potential main driver for the SKI token as well. If we do see major listings by Binance, for example, then we could see the liquidity on chain drying buying up, but at the same time the market cap going up, and of course the price would go up then as well. So a 3x in market cap is definitely possible with a listing. And then we would see all of those holder numbers suddenly crashing down on chain, because then all of those holders would move their tokens to the exchanges. So $1, I believe, is a good price to take some profit. We still are in positive momentum and all of crypto is going up, and I do believe that Schema stock can go further up from here as well. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you in the next video, or see you in premium. Cheers.